The cold nights are setting in. In fact, they really have. And if you're anything like me, you like really, really warm, comfy, sort of heartwarming dishes, you'll find yourself going back to some of uh, dishes and recipes that perhaps from years ago that you may have found really comforting. Today I'm making the what is meant to be the leek and potato pie. Leeks are one of my very favorite British vegetables, and I've really come to over the years really like the leek and potato pie. However, today I'm replacing the leeks with some cabbage that I had left over, and I'm trying to make the most of what I have around me before I actually do my shopping this week. I may be doing a lesser shop because I'm having to defrost my freezer. One of my freezer gets um, really, really iced so quickly, and when it ices, it is really quite tough. So I've switched it off and I am going to defrost it. First up with this dish is the onions that I'm going to gently saute and brown, and I will follow this up with some garlic. I am adding some garlic, mainly being because I just absolutely love the way garlic brings out a lot of bland uh, dishes. A lot of dishes that you cannot add a lot of spices to because they are meant to be just very subtle dishes that come up with very gentle tastes. I think garlic is such a powerful, way of bringing out taste. So that's going to be crushed in my there. I was just trying to actually fill it up with some more garlic and actually just crush it right down. It's crushed there, and I will be adding that into the onions. Another thing I like about this dish is that it's very easy to freeze. A lot of dishes can really be frozen, but this one makes a very quick and easy way uh, of freezing. And another thing you can do is all these things can be pre-prepared. My onions were already chopped actually, and I had frozen them. Potatoes can be peeled and actually frozen, and then you've got your leeks, which can actually be frozen as well, cut up and frozen. You also have your chicken, which you might perhaps have defrosted and maybe cut up. Now, what I will be using is chicken breast from Iceland here in the UK. If you're watching from abroad, there's a shop here, a supermarket called Iceland, and many of the foods there are frozen. But I took it out last night and actually defrosted it. So here we are. Keep up with me for the rest of this video to see how I continue and what we have at the end. So at this point, it was now time to add the spices. The chicken had started to cook a bit more. It wasn't quite ready yet, but it was whitened down. It was beginning to absorb the water and actually becoming a little bit more ready for the for the spices. I'd already added a bit of salt earlier on, and for those of you who watched my uh, previous videos about my review from the Shein haul for my spice racks or jars, uh, my some of my spices are now gone into my storage, and it's really easy for me to handle and to maneuver things around because my kitchen is so small. Now I also got some time to just pop out and look at my plants and my garden area. My potatoes, this was the second planting, and I'm beginning to think that I now need to harvest them. I really do not know how ready they are. As the frost is coming up, I believe I'll just check on them, possibly by end of this coming week. I'll probably harvest them. There's still some strawberries here and there, but I'm not going to harvest all of them because some of them are rotten, and it's just not they're just going to fall off, or I might just cut them back. That is if I get some time to cut them back at all. This is how the rest of my garden is looking. Some of my plants are very winter hardy, so they do remain colorful and bright that way. Tomatoes are still strong, and they are not they are still having some fruits, but definitely not actually, of course, ripening or anything, and they are very tiny, so I'm just going to leave them there. Here we are back indoors with the potatoes boiling away, almost ready, and the chicken is still simmering and cooking, and it's about time to add the vegetables now. And here I have my cabbage that was previously frozen and cut up, was in the freezer, taken out. I also have red pepper that of course, should I say of course, from my garden. That red pepper, I still have some of them in the freezer, was my very own hand-grown pepper. Here I'm adding the milk, and this is what really gives it that touch. This is what gives the kitchen that, the chicken rather, that touch, and brings it all together. Ideally speaking, I would add whole milk. Whole milk, because it is thicker and because it carries everything together a lot more. But today I just have semi-skimmed or skimmed milk, and that's what I'm using. Here we are, the potatoes are ready, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter. Some people do add some milk in it as well, or they add milk instead of butter, or just butter, or both. Today I'm just going to use a bit of butter. I don't want to add too much butter in here because of the fat content. And yeah, so here we are with this, and we shall come back to say how we get on with the rest of putting together this dish. Now, during the time that I'm cooking this dish, I'd also wanted to talk about um, the implication of potential adding of tax onto food. Now, we all know that we are in an economical crisis. We are in we are in inflation in UK, where nothing seems to just change in terms of people's pay so much, and the cost of living is just rising. It's constant, and food is already quite expensive, and to add taxes on top to food, I actually feel it's really, really going to impact on a lot of households, a lot of homes. Um, a lot of people do not believe that there is poverty in United Kingdom. A lot of people do not believe that there are children going to school hungry. Um, honestly. There are children going without meals at home, and some of them come and the meals that they have is the one at school if they're on free meals, and that is it. Um, it's this is the first world United Kingdom, and the crisis, I think, from Ukraine, the crisis from Europe, the coming out of the European Union has all led, I think, towards uh, the shooting food prices. That is just really something that is actually on my mind as somebody who, of course, lives in the United Kingdom, as somebody who works here, um, and somebody who goes shopping and just says every time that food prices are increasing. But anyway, how is everybody coping? How are you all viewers? I don't know if many of my viewers are from UK. I don't think so. Most of my viewers are from USA, actually. Some of you are from Vietnam. That's the very interesting thing about my videos. But if you're in Vietnam, if you're in the United States, how are food prices? Is food getting more costly? How are you coping? What do you think is driving food prices? Because I often hear, and I don't read much about it, about food in the USA, but I hear that food is really cheap in the USA. Is this true? Um, yeah, so I just wanted to quickly talk about that as it's something that I've seen cropping up in the news, adding tax onto food. So here I have dished out the potatoes and the chicken. As you saw me doing, I then add the potatoes on top and I spread it all out. And I'm adding a touch of cheese. I've added my cheese already, grated it on. This is because I'm going to be putting in the oven to give it a brown taste. I mean, a brown covering to give it that sort of cheesy touch on the top and more taste to it. I also added some mixed spices. That is just to give it color on the top, and also because ordinarily speaking, they might add parsley on top or coriander possibly, I believe, on top of this dish, just to give it flavor and added taste as well. So here is the final dish. What do you think, from what it looks like? At least, um, yeah, leave your comments, subscribe, like this channel, share the videos. I'd really like to hear from you. Taste cooking. The results are in. It's a replacement of the leeks because I had cabbages. It's kind of not too spicy because obviously I didn't add a lot of spices. It's a dish that's not meant to really have a lot of spices in it. So as you saw in the video, or as you see, depending on where I place this video, it's kind of it's a very minor seasoned taste, which is what it's meant to be. We don't want potato pie, the leek or cabbage potato pie, to be too over seasoned, and the milk just brings it together to give that creaminess. It doesn't look very creamy in the result of it. Um, However, you can taste that there's some creaminess there. There's some milk in there. You can taste that. Um, the overall result is that it shouldn't be overpowering. But just a combination of tastes um, that sort of bring together and bring out a natural taste. So that's it from me for today. From myself, I'm Jacqueline, a journey with Jacqueline. Welcome to this channel if you're watching for the first time. Um, Please do subscribe. Many of my viewers have not subscribed. Please do well. Support my channel. and subscribe. Until next time, God bless you and bye.